To win baseball games, you have to score runs. To score runs, you have to be able to hit the ball. Unfortunately, hitting the ball is one of the hardest things you can do in any sport. To hit the ball, what you're essentially doing is loading the energy in your body and transferring that energy into the ball. There are three major steps in hitting the ball. The first is setting your stance. The second is the swing, and the third and final is the follow-through. The first thing you're going to do when you walk up to home plate is set your stance. While you're setting your stance, you want to have your feet shoulder length apart, and you want to have your feet turned in just a little bit to generate more power. If you turn them too far in, you're going to overswing and not hit the ball. So just a little bit turned in, and once your knees are bent just a little bit and you're in a comfortable stance, now you're going to worry about your hands. With your hands, you want to line up your knuckles like this. That will generate the most power. So you're in your stance and you have it lined up. Now you're bringing the bat back. You want the bat to be 25 to 45 degrees off your shoulder. So it's like right here, not too far up and not too far back, but right here. That's the most comfortable for most people and will generate the most power. Once you're in this spot, you're going to worry about your head and your eyes. You want your head forward looking straight at the pitcher. Tony Perez, a great Cincinnati Reds player, once said, "See the ball, hit the ball." That leads us into your eyes. You want to be watching the ball the entire time. The next step is the wind-up and the swing. So now that you're already in your stance and you're ready to go, we're going to generate the most kinetic energy possible. Two terms that we need to know is bat velocity and bat quickness. Bat velocity is the speed at which the bat makes contact with the ball. Bat quickness is the time it takes to swing the bat and launch position to the contact point. So, if the pitcher throws the ball 90 miles per hour, the person batting only has 0.4 seconds to determine whether he's going to swing or not swing, which is a pretty short amount of time. So while you're going for the wind-up, what you want to do once you're in your stance is you're going to cock your elbows back. When you cock your elbow back, it means you're going to bring the bat back like this. You see? So you're here in your stance, and then for the wind-up, bring it back. Next, you're going to load your legs. So I'll scoot back a little so you can see my legs. So you cock it back, and when you load your legs, you're going to take your back leg, and you're going to go back. You're going to keep your front foot where it is, but you're going to load back with your back leg. That way, your back leg is ready to deliver power. Once that back leg's back, you're going to step with your front foot directly toward the pitcher. If you step out, you're going to swing out like this. If you step too far this way, you're going to swing like this and could even get hit by the ball. And you don't want that. So you're back, you want to step directly toward the pitcher. That way you can swing straight and hit a line drive up the middle. So you're going to bring it up, load, and step. Next, I want to briefly talk about the sweet spot of the bat. The sweet spot of the bat is on the barrel from about here to right here on this bat. Each bat has a different sweet spot. When you hit it in the bat sweet spot, you won't even feel the ball hit the bat, but it'll go the farthest out of any other place you could hit it on the bat. If you hit it outside of the sweet spot, which is from about here to down here, it's going to kill your hands and it'll hurt a lot. So you might be thinking, well, if you hit it there every time and it'll go the farthest every time, why wouldn't a player just keep hitting it in the exact same spot? Normani said it is one of the biggest challenges in Major League Sports where a round ball traveling 90 miles per hour to hit a bat swinging 80 miles per hour at precisely this location. The result is the ball flying off the bat at 110 miles per hour if you do hit it on the sweet spot, which is almost always enough for a home run. Now we're going to talk about the actual swing. So you've been in your stance and you've loaded. Brought the elbow up, loaded your legs, step forward. When you step forward, the ball should be a little bit in front of you. When the ball's coming in closer, what you want to do is drive your hands directly to the ball while keeping your knuckles in line. And then as soon as the ball is across home plate, you're going to break, make contact with the ball. But don't break your wrist like this yet. Keep them straight, keep your knuckles aligned. Keep your eyes on the ball too, even when it's hitting the bat. Keep your eye on. As soon as you make contact, you're going to break your wrist and flick them forward. As soon as you do this, the ball leaves the bat, and now for the most important part is the follow-through. Follow through all the way to give it the most power. This is taking your potential energy and making it to kinetic energy, transferring the energy from your body to the ball, causing the ball to travel. Now you want to remember while you're doing this is the most important part, your hips. When you're making contact with the ball, you're turning your hips. If you just make contact and lightly turn your hips, nothing's going to happen. But when you hit and you twist your hips, That's going to generate the most power. So what it's going to look like is you're going to go up, load, step, turn. So now that you've hit the ball, we're going to go to the third step, which is the follow through. You hit the ball here and you follow through. Keep both hands on the bat. Don't let go with one hand. You'll see some Major League players who will swing like this, and then they'll just take it in one hand. But that's because they're a lot stronger than most people. So they swing, you keep two hands on the bat. You don't want to overswing, turning your body like this, because then you'll be all off balance when you're trying to run to first base. You want to keep your feet where they were, swing. What you don't want to do when you follow through is move your back foot. Don't let your back foot slide, because that will cause you to lose power. So you're going to hit the ball, keep your back foot, twist your back foot while you swing too. A common phrase used in youth baseball when you swing is to squish the bug with your back foot. I'll step back again so you can see my back foot. When you're swinging, you're going to twist your back foot. That goes along with twisting your hips. So you're going to follow through and keep your body balanced. A drill that I've done a lot is you swing and then someone comes and tries to push you. If they push you and you don't fall over, that means you have a good follow through with both hands on the bat. If you swing too much and someone tries to push you, you're going to fall over. So you want a good balanced follow through to the point where you can see where the ball goes and take off to first base. Now we'll do a quick review of what we've learned. Don Eldon said, most players don't know what they're going to do at the plate until after they've already slipped on their helmet. So now we'll know what we're going to do before we put on the helmet. So you're going to go up to the plate, set your feet, set your knees, line up the knuckles, bring the bat back to the right degree to generate the most power. Right now we are setting our potential energy. So now that you got the bat back, looking at the pitcher, what you're going to do, bring it elbow back, you're going to load your back leg, step forward when the ball's up, you're going to swing, make contact with the ball, snap your wrist, and then follow through and run to first base. And you've got yourself a base hit. John Brinkins from ESPN Sports Science pointed out that it takes a human eye 1/10 of a second to locate the ball, putting it 12 feet closer to home plate before the batter even knows where the ball is. After the batter finally finds the ball after those 12 feet, the batter needs 7/100 of a second to calculate speed, spin, and trajectory, which then puts the ball another 10 feet away, which makes it 22 feet from the mound before the batter even has a clear vision of where the ball is and what the ball will do. It then takes 0.17 seconds for the brain to tell the body to swing. This means the batter has about 9/100 of a second to make the decision if he wants to swing or not. This same amount of time is the time it takes to ignite a match. That's how quickly the batter has to decide and how much little time the batter has.